blast of the hydrogen bomb, which has inaugurated a new and menacing era in the history of man. Monsters. But where did this all truly begin? Some point to the age of dinosaurs. Others point to Godzilla, the first major encounter between mankind and the monsters. Hello, I'm Gene Maldonado, and I'm going to be your guide through this strange new world we face ahead. This is Living with Monsters. Monsters, or as scientists have labeled them, superfauna, have been a common part of our world for nearly 7 years now. 17 attacks on populated land. Currently, there are 5 active species of superfauna classified as a threat to mankind. That would include Godzilla, Anguirus, Canura, Gorgo, and finally, Manda. But where did they come from? Sightings of monsters have been recorded since the beginning of man. Ancient artifacts depict strange, weird creatures associated with death. But the world was first introduced to monsters in the motion picture phenomenon King Kong.
Prepare for a voyage to an island of death, a land of terror and danger. A prehistoric world alive today. Battle of the Titans. Wild, weird, wonderful. Stuff for which movies are made.
King Kong attracted viewers from around the world. At the premiere, Carl Denham showcased 2 native creatures from the island as proof. The public was stunned by the documentary film. There would be no new developments in the field of superfauna until 4 years later, when the hydrogen bomb testing continued in the Bikini Atoll. While the tests were successful, no one could have prepared for what came next. Washed ashore in a small Japanese village was a gargantuan reptile. Gojira, or Godzilla, as he's called in the West, is a dinosaur-like species believed to be hidden in the Pacific for millions of years, until the hydrogen bomb testing brought it to the surface. Scientists classified the creature as a member of the superfauna ecosystem, a group of extremely large animal species. Small fishing villages in Japan had already been aware of the creatures for centuries, but kept it a secret from the outside world. The most extreme of these called themselves Kaiju Kai, a cult that not only believed the monsters to be deities, but would occasionally sacrifice their own members to the sea as a peace offering. A few days later, after the corpse washed ashore, another Godzilla sunk 2 ships near Tokyo Bay and began its path of destruction towards the city. Preparations were set as Tokyo braced for the creature's landfall. They developed the anti-Godzilla wall that would surround the coastline and deter the creature with high voltages of electricity. Unfortunately, initial reports had miscalculated the size of the creature, assuming it to be that of a similar mass of the one that washed ashore. The fury. It was unlike anything our world had ever felt. No conventional weaponry could stop the monster. Professor Kyoei Yamane theorized that what washed ashore was an infant of the species, and what Tokyo had faced was in fact the parent. He also believed that the city lights may have been provoking to Godzilla. That theory would be put to the test as Godzilla returned later that week. A citywide shutdown was enacted, resulting in Godzilla appearing to have no interest. The United Nations held an emergency meeting. The images of Godzilla's power and devastation shocked the panel of leaders. The hydrogen bomb became a topic of discussion on how to eliminate Godzilla. The UN launched a joint mission between countries, codenamed Operation Kismet. Its existence, a secret. The plan was to lure Godzilla into a specified area when he would be eliminated by the H-bomb.
General quarters. All hands man your battle stations. Set material conditions even throughout the ship. Make Z report to DC Center.
While deemed an initial success, Operation Kismet was only a temporary fix. Shockingly, reports of another giant creature came in from Okinawa. The monster was named Anguirus. Not much was known about this horned behemoth, but it was moving towards Japan, and it was moving fast. It was unclear why until news came from Tokyo. Godzilla was still alive.
緊急事態です。大阪市民は基地に避難してください。ゴジラとアンギラスが4時間後に上陸する。
Anguirus burrowed underground, deeming the territory Godzilla's. It traveled to New Zealand, where it has since been a constant threat to the island's inhabitants. News of the battle shocked the world. Hope for normalcy was a thing of the past. Mankind had to now accept the possibility that we were no longer in control. The great food chain had altered once again. The battle between Godzilla and Anguirus provided information on the superfauna we were unable to obtain by any other means. For example, various body parts of the creatures, including fins, teeth, and small appendages, were found throughout the wreckage. Experts also noted certain physical abilities that pointed towards evolutionary adaptation, such as Anguirus' natural ability to shield itself from Godzilla's atomic breath. Meaning, these species have evolved to battle each other throughout time. The Battle of Osaka was just the beginning. In Chile, the Chaitin volcano erupted. An ancient species of dragonfly awakened from hibernation and fed on several small villages before being sealed in an abandoned mine. Volcanologists still believe something larger may be within the volcano as well. Weeks later, in Hawaii, a large species of crab attacked Waikiki. Local legend called the creature Canura. Cargo ships found entering the area to be impossible. Then, off the coast of Ireland, on the small island of Nara, sightings of a deep-sea dinosaur, later named Gorka. A mostly isolated monster who only appears to be aggressive when attacked by fishermen or the local military. Then finally, China. The giant serpent manda hunts for food in the mountains. Professor Yamane theorized that further nuclear weapon use may have awoken these superfauna, who otherwise may have remained dormant. Species who had never lived together before suddenly had to compete over resources and territory. As noted by Candora's home of Hawaii being within Godzilla's space, the conflicts have been numerous. Similarly, Manda has been a constant rival where their territories collide in Hong Kong. The arrival of the superfauna have had its positive impacts as well. Fewer times in history have we seen mankind as united as it is today. Resources from around the world are brought together to face this new threat. The radiation produced in the wake of these attacks has also been shown to vastly improve the fertility of soil, resulting in superfoods. While inedible currently, scientists believe that within a few years we'll be able to harvest and assist in the global hunger issue. The United Nations has begun its process of crafting the Godzilla Counterattack Center, a world coalition group with a singular goal of researching how to destroy Godzilla and other similar threats. they've begun fast at work in developing resources and strategies to reduce casualties from these attacks, as well as create a universal system for detecting and monitoring superfauna activity. Currently, scientists are converging on Skull Island to conduct field research. They believe the secrets to the superfauna may lie within this prehistoric world. As humanity bands together in these dark times, we become closer and closer to a day of peace. That will conclude today's program. This is Gene Maldonado, inviting you to be with us again soon for another look at living with monsters.